Wouldn't it be great if you're going along, you're looking for a coffee shop and you have a specific coffee shop in mind, one with parking, one that's free, one that you can stay several hours without being charged? Wouldn't it be great if you could ask your car through Android Auto where that coffee shop was? Well, with Gemini now bringing Google's AI to the car, you can. And we're going to look at it in this video. I'm going to show you how it works and give you some examples. So what can Gemini do? Let's have a look at it now. So let's start with really simple things. Let's ask it for directions, just like you would before. Okay, Google, where is the nearest Starbucks? Now you see it connects to Google Maps.
The nearest Starbucks that is currently open is Starbucks Coffee at 45 High Street in Weybridge, which is 2.3 miles away. The next closest one that is open is another Starbucks Coffee inside the Sainsbury's store in Staines-upon-Thames at 3.3 miles away. Would you like to navigate to the one in Weybridge or hear more options?
What I'm looking for is a Starbucks with a car park that's attached. I can park for free. Which one of these has that?
That is a very specific request. It is extremely difficult to find a Starbucks with enclosed parking that is also free for 2 hours.
What about Sainsbury's? Does that have free parking?
Yes, the Sainsbury's in Staines, where one of the Starbucks is located, offers free customer parking for up to 2 hours. This car park has both surface and subterranean sections, so it is attached and the subterranean part is enclosed.
I'd like to know why you didn't give me that as a first option when I asked for a Starbucks with a car park.
I apologize for not suggesting that option earlier. When you initially asked for a Starbucks with a free enclosed car park for up to 2 hours, my search prioritized locations with multi-story or fully covered parking, which are almost always paid. Since the Sainsbury's car park is a mix of surface and subterranean parking and requires customer validation for the 2 hours of free parking, I missed it because it didn't perfectly match all of your very strict criteria for an enclosed and guaranteed free lot. I'm glad we found the best option for you now. Would you like me to start navigation to the Sainsbury's in Staines?
Now, that's really interesting. Now, I'll be honest with you, when I've done this before, it's immediately given me the option of the Sainsbury's Starbucks. But you can hear that time, it gave me some options and I asked it questions and it was able to look and find a different answer. That's something that only AI can do. And that's one of the really cool features of this, because I've definitely been driving in the center of London, for example, wanted to stop and get a coffee, but there are loads of coffee shops in the street. And I'm sure anyone that's been to any city knows it's really hard to park on the street in a city. Well, in this case, I can ask Gemini to find me a coffee shop with a car park. So it makes it a lot easier, and I really like that. Let's use another example. Gemini can do lots of things, and right now I'm giving the examples of me asking it questions, but it can do more than that. We can actually have a conversation with it, so I'll show you that in a second. Find me a car park near Heathrow Airport, but that's free.
That is a very difficult request, as genuinely free car parks for any extended time are rare near Heathrow Airport. The best official option for a short stop is the Heathrow Park and Ride Parking Terminal 5. It offers free parking for up to 29 minutes in the long stay car parks. Would you like to navigate there? Or would you like to hear about options that are free only outside of specific hours, like on Sundays?
No, but I'd like to know what happens after the 29 minutes. What does it cost me?
The long stay car parks at Heathrow Airport offer free parking for 29 minutes. If you stay longer, the charges are 30 minutes up to 1 hour, 59 minutes, £9.40. The first day, beyond 2 hours, the price jumps to £40.80 off-peak.
So you can see there, I've asked it for free parking. It couldn't find an actual free car park at Heathrow because, unsurprisingly, it's an airport. They don't give you anything for free. But it's told me the option which has free parking for 29 minutes. And then I've been able to ask it what it costs after that. That's, again, really important. Previously, if you ask your car for information about car parks, it give you the car park information, but you don't know what it costs afterwards. It's a really useful feature to have that. It really is. Tell me a joke about aeroplanes.
Why did the airplane break up with the pilot? Because he had too much baggage. Would you like to hear another one? Or maybe find a place to land?
Find a place to land.
I found a few airports near you. The closest is Fair Oaks Airport.
So that's interesting. It told me a joke and then it asked me kind of a funny comment. Do you want to find somewhere to land? Because it thinks maybe I'm asking for information about airports. You can do more with it as well. My check engine light came on my car and the car is kind of stuttering. What should I do?
That sounds concerning. When your check engine light comes on and the car is stuttering, it typically means your engine is misfiring, and it's best to pull over safely and stop driving as soon as you can. This combination of symptoms is often caused by an issue in the ignition or fuel system, like faulty spark plugs, bad ignition coils, or clogged fuel injectors. Would you like me to search for nearby repair shops or contact information for roadside assistance? I can search for roadside assistance providers near you. Are you looking for a specific provider like AAA, or a general search for any available service?
So you can see you can ask me questions about what I want. That's a really great example. Now let's do something else a bit different because it can summarize information as well. So if you get a text message coming in, you can ask it to summarize that. So I've sent myself some messages. Let's find out what Gemini thinks about this. Can you summarize my text messages? Don't read them all to me.
You have 4 messages from me in Messages. They include a greeting, a question about the time of the football game, and a discussion about the possibility of snow and whether the car's tires need to be changed.
Really good example of not having to read through all the messages. You can get it to give you that information. Now, what happens if you're driving somewhere and you're looking for the address of something? Maybe it's in your emails. Well, we can get Gemini to check my emails. Find me the hotel that I'm meant to go to in London. There was an email sent today about it. What's the address? Can you navigate there, please? Now, Gemini will connect to my email using its AI and extract the information from the email.
Please confirm you want to take this action.
And there we go. It's brought up the Four Seasons hotel in central London and it's giving me directions to it. Very, very clever how it is able to do that. These are great examples of how Gemini can make being in the car even better and more useful and productive. And there's other things that Gemini can do as well. So let's ask it to check ratings for hotels or restaurants. So I need your help. I'm suddenly craving some fish and chips. Any good spots near me that are open, and what are the reviews like?
The 2 closest spots for fish and chips that are open are the Twinish and the Kingfisher Chertsey. The Twinish is 0.8 miles from your current location with a 3.9 star rating.
Are either of those dog friendly, and do any of them have any really good reviews for specific meals?
That's a great question. The Kingfisher Chertsey is dog friendly, so you can bring your dog along. They have a 4.4 star rating, and one recent review specifically mentioned they had lovely fish and chips, though another diner said the apple tart was the star of their meal. The Twinish, on the other hand, is a family-friendly pub, but it is not dog-friendly.
There we go. So you can ask questions similar to me asking about the car park, but about the specific things there. Gemini can also translate stuff as well. So send a message to me, Oliver, and tell me that it's almost time for dinner, and translate it into French for me.
Sure. Message to Oliver K. Original saying, "It's almost time for dinner. C'est bientôt l'heure de dîner." Ready to send it?
Get a playlist for about a 10-minute ride. I like rock music.
Playing rock classics on Spotify.
And it will start playing rock classics on Spotify. It's my brother's birthday tomorrow. What are some good gift ideas for him?
That's exciting. Happy early birthday to him. Gift ideas fall into a few categories. Experiences. Things like supercar driving days, helicopter tours, tickets to a sporting event or concert, or a gourmet dining experience.
I've got a wedding speech tomorrow. Can we practice?
That's a great idea. I can certainly help you practice your wedding speech. Would you like me to listen, or do you want to start by just running through a section?
Well, I've got an interview tomorrow for a wedding coordinator position. Can you help me with my interview questions? Ask me and let's practice.
That's great. Wedding coordinator interviews often focus on your organizational skills, ability to handle pressure, and client relationship management. Here are a few common questions they might ask. How do you handle conflicts or disagreements with clients or vendors?
So you can see I can ask it lots of interesting questions and I can basically do anything. It is Google's AI, so it will do pretty much anything you want it to do, which is very, very cool. The other thing I can do is, let's talk. And you can see that opens up Gemini Live so we can have a conversation. So now we can just chat to Gemini and ask it questions. Is it going to snow this week?
There's a slight chance of snow this week in Chertsey, particularly tonight, Wednesday
hold on
night
a second.
and-
But hold on a second. Is it actually going to snow, or do you think it's just going to be like sleet?
It looks like it's more likely to be a mix, with some snow showers possible, rather than a heavy snowfall.
But that's really disappointing. If I wanted to actually get some real snow tonight, where could I go in the UK?
Based on current forecasts, areas like northern Scotland, specifically Perth and Kinross and Angus, are the most likely places to find real snow.
Can you tell me an interesting fact about animals?
Dolphins are incredibly intelligent, and some species can recognize themselves in mirrors, a trait shared by only a few other animals.
Hold on, how would I show a mirror to a dolphin? They're in the water. What am I meant to do? Take them out the water and hold a mirror up to them?
Scientists use special mirror setups placed in pools or enclosures with dolphins, allowing them to interact and...
You'll see, even though I'm asking it a kind of stupid question, a very stupid question, it's able to give me a serious answer and actually a useful answer as well. I'd really like to go somewhere warm this weekend. Where is the nicest weather going to be?
Parts of southern Spain typically have the warmest temperatures this time of year, with some coastal areas being quite pleasant. Would you be interested in a specific region there?
I want you to tell me the warmest place in Europe for this weekend, please.
The absolute warmest temperatures this weekend will likely be in the Canary Islands or possibly North Africa. Are you interested in travelling that far?
Yes, tell me where the warmest Canary Island will be this weekend. And I also want to know how much it will cost to fly there for one person coming back after the weekend.
Gran Canaria tends to be one of the warmer islands this weekend, with temperatures potentially reaching up to 23 degrees Celsius. Flight costs can vary quite a bit depending on the airline and when you book, but you might find options in the range of a few £100s for a return trip from the UK. Is there a particular airport you'd prefer to fly from?
Find me the cheapest flight from Heathrow to Gran Canaria this weekend, leaving on Saturday and coming back on Monday.
I found a last-minute weekend getaway from London Heathrow to Gran Canaria for approximately £143, leaving on Saturday and returning on Monday. It's difficult to find the exact details for a specific flight this weekend, as prices and availability change quickly. However, based on recent searches, you might find deals with airlines like British Airways, EasyJet or Jet2 from Heathrow to Gran Canaria, with potential prices around £143 for a return trip. It's best to check current prices for precise times.
I'd like to stay in a 5-star hotel, like the best hotel in Gran Canaria. What would it cost for 2 nights from Saturday to Monday?
For a 2-night weekend stay from Saturday to Monday, a 5-star hotel in Gran Canaria could cost approximately £560, based on an average nightly rate of £280. Some of the highly rated 5-star hotels include Bohemia Suites and Spa, Radisson Blu Resort Gran Canaria, and Santa Catalina, a Royal Hideaway hotel, though prices vary significantly depending on the specific hotel and real-time availability.
So you can see, I can ask it questions and it can give me details. Now, it's not giving me the exact prices and the exact times because we're in the car. If you were to do this on your phone or on your computer, it would search through Google Flights and Google Hotels and give you exact prices, but it can give you rough prices. And in the past, it has actually given me exact prices. So again, this is being updated by Google all the time and features being added. So when you do this yourself, you might get slightly different results. It might give you an exact flight and an exact hotel and an exact price, but you can't book it through here, at least not yet. But it gives you a load of flexibility of things you can ask it and things you can find out, which is really, really fantastic. I'm sure you would agree it's a great feature to have in the car. It can settle arguments, tell you funny jokes, play games, help you practice for speeches or interviews. It can find you music. It can find you the perfect restaurant or bar or cafe that you want with the perfect reviews that are friendly for your dogs. It can check your emails and get the information you want from the email. And it can summarize your messages all while driving in your car. It takes the ability to do things in your car to the next level, and it's really, really useful. And the way that Google are adding Gemini, making it better and better and better and better, is outstanding. There are Gemini features available inside Google Maps for Apple CarPlay, but if you want to have Gemini like I'm using it now, you have to have an Android phone connected to your car. But if you do have Apple Maps, you can get some of those features. And if you'd like a video demonstrating that, then let me know and I'd be happy to show you. If you like videos like this, click here and here, car reviews, technology reviews of things in cars, loads of cool stuff. Don't forget to give me a like and subscribe for more on Tech in the Car. Thanks for watching.